I left Calgary for a couple years and I ended up having my miracle child. I was told I'd never be able to have children. It didn't work out with her father, so I returned to Calgary, the baby and I was completely heartbroken.
My addiction started at 13 with marijuana, and it just escalated from cocaine to ecstasy. So I obviously had a lot of pain and hurt at that time, and I didn't deal with it, and I had a lot of anger and rage. And overall, that's the reason why I started into the criminal side of things.
I'm getting my grade 12 education at the Salvation Army's Grace Haven. And while I'm getting my education, here Silas is being taken care of by the best daycare staff ever. Because my son is getting on-site daycare, I'm able to do the best I can in school so that in turn I can provide a great life for him. So the Salvation Army is the biggest part of my support system, hands down.
I often drove by the Barbara Mitchell Family Resource Center, and just the name jumped out at me, Family Resource Center. I'm feeling really alone at this point in my life, and I am scared. I just wasn't dealing with the separation very good. And so one day I just pulled in.
Addiction has cost me time away from my family. Addiction has cost me my health, my spirit, because I know when you're high on meth and heroin, it almost feels like your soul leaves you. The problem with it was that I never really got treated. I would go out, try to cover up what was going on, so it kept bringing me back to prison. At the end of the day, I think it was God giving me that little shove that I needed to be forced into this program so I could get healthy, and it's been a blessing for sure.
So before Silas, I was in a really unhealthy relationship. There just wasn't a whole lot of good influence in my life, so I wasn't making good choices. Without the Salvation Army's Grace Haven, I wouldn't have gotten my grade 12.
For me, the Salvation Army has a lot to do with why I went back to university. I definitely am getting my social work degree, showing love to all mankind, and that's how I feel about the Salvation Army. That's what I feel like they do.
You need to take yourself out of the environment where you have your addiction. And this provides an opportunity for guys to take themselves out of that environment. For me, the Salvation Army is a blessing, a gift for life. They saved my life here.
So without the Salvation Army, I definitely wouldn't be attending college in September, which would have in turn, it would have a negative effect on my son's life. I get really emotional when I think about this place just because I love it so much.
The Salvation Army is a Christian church that has existed in Canada since 1882. Today, it is the largest non-governmental direct provider of social services in the country. People need to know that they are not alone. They have an entire army on their side. Our ability to provide programs and services to the 1.6 million people we served last year in 400 communities across Canada was possible because of the generosity of you, our donors, volunteers, and other community stakeholders. Thank you for supporting the mission of the Salvation Army.